Welcome viewers. In this video we will see the principle of operation of synchronous motor. Subscribe the channel for more videos and notification. Soft copy of this material available in the drive. The link is given in the description box. Now we'll go to the topic, principle of operation synchronous motor. The synchronous motor, we know that we have the stationary armature available. Stationary stator available that contain the armature winding, and the rotating rotor available that also contain the winding. So stationary stator having armature winding, rotating rotor also having winding. The necessary condition in the synchronous motor is number of poles in the stator is equal to number of poles in the rotor. It should be equal. Then the number of poles in both stator and rotor should be equal. So let us consider in the stator having 2 poles and rotor also having 2 poles. So in this diagram A, first we'll refer the diagram A. The stator, the rotor is excited by the DC supply. So let us consider the S pole is produced at the top and N pole is produced at the bottom. The stator also having the armature winding, while 3-phase supply is given, that also become the magnet, electromagnet. At the top N pole is created, at the bottom S pole is created. Because of 3-phase supply, this pole will changes continuously. After some time, at the top S pole will be created, at the bottom N pole will be created. But in the rotor the same, the magnetic poles are same. But in the stator it's keep on changing because of 3-phase supply. So every moment, every half cycle, every cycle it will changes. So at this position, this N and S got attracted. This N and S got attracted, so it will start rotating in the clockwise direction. After some time, because of 3-phase supply, S pole is created at the top and N pole is created at the bottom. Now what happened? These two poles are repel each other. These two poles also repel each other because of same pole. This repel each other. So it will start in the anti-clockwise direction. So initially clockwise, now it is anti-clockwise. So will not able to rotate the motor and the uniform torque will not produce. So that for this reason, the synchronous motor is not a self-starting motor. We have to make some other arrangement to start the motor. So for that what we are doing, so initially the rotor is rotating in clockwise direction. Thereafter it starts in anti-clockwise direction. In order to avoid that, we are having some external arrangement to make the rotor again in the same position. That we will refer the diagram C. See this at the top S pole and bottom N pole. Now this rotor is rotated by means of external arrangement, so that at the top N pole and bottom S pole, so that this N and S poles are attracted together. This S and N poles are attracted together, so it will start rotating in the same clockwise direction. Right, now see the diagram C. So initially this repulsion is rotating in clockwise direction. After some time the pole changes, so it is called repelled, so it's going in a anti-clockwise direction. To avoid that, what we are doing, we are rotating this rotor by means of external arrangement. Make the N pole at the top and S pole at the bottom, right? So automatically it will get S pole at the top, N pole at the bottom, but we are rotating in a external manner, so that we are getting this position, so that this cord attract each other, so it is continuously rotate in the clockwise direction. After attaining the speed, this external arrangement is removed. So that is the working principle of a synchronous motor. So rotor having the same pole position, but stator having 3-phase supply, the pole condition keep on changes. In order to avoid the clockwise and anti-clockwise direction, we are having external arrangement to make always there is a attraction between the stator pole and rotor pole, so that it will always rotate in the clockwise direction, and also it will produce the uniform torque. So that is the important principle about that. So here this rotor is externally rotated to make N pole at the top, S pole at the bottom. Right. Now we'll see the description. Let us consider a synchronous motor whose rotor has two poles and stator has two poles per phase. So that is the important condition. The number of stator and rotor poles are equal. So now we have two poles available in stator as well as rotor. The rotor has salient poles and armature conductors are placed in the slot. Right. The rotor is a salient type. The armature conductor is available. I will see the further detail. Rotor is connected to DC supply, so the rotor poles retain the same polarity. The polarity will be remain same. But the stator is connected to AC supply, its polarity keep on changing. That we discussed in the diagram, three diagrams, diagram A, B, C. Let us consider that initially the rotor is stationary in the position as shown in the diagram A. So in the diagram A, what we have, there is a attraction between stator and rotor poles, so it start rotate in the clockwise direction. In this position, the rotor S pole is attracted to stator N pole, and so rotor rotates in the clockwise direction. We discussed in the diagram. So after a half a period, polarity of stator pole is reversed, but polarity of stator pole is reversed, but the polarity of rotor pole remain the same as shown in the diagram B. So what happened? There is a repulsion takes place. So we need to avoid this repulsion. So in this position, the rotor S pole is repelled by the stator S pole and the rotor rotates in the anti-clockwise direction. So we need to avoid that. So torque acting on the rotor of a synchronous motor is not unidirectional but pulsating. So due to inertia of the rotor, it will not move in any direction. Right. So initially rotates in the clockwise direction because of attracting principle. After some time, due to polarity change in the stator, there is a repulsion takes place. So there is it will start rotate in the anti-clockwise direction. But due to moment of inertia, it will not rotate. So for that we are going for external arrangement. So the synchronous motor has no self-starting torque. This is the reason why synchronous motor is not self-starting, right? So we need to go for external arrangement. Now let us consider rotor to be rotated in clockwise direction, which is done by external means as shown in the diagram A. At this instant, torque acting on the rotor is in the clockwise direction. So after a half period, the stator polarity is reversed, but if the rotor is rotated at such a speed by means of external means, its starting moment, so that the rotor S pole advances the pole pitch so that it again under the influence of the stator N pole as shown in the diagram C. Right. So diagram A, we are having attraction principle rotating clockwise direction. After some time, this stator poles are changed but rotor remain same. So it will start repel each other and start in the anti-clockwise direction, but it will not rotate. So that it will not rotate, it will not give any unidirectional torque. So that we are having some external arrangement will make the rotor again in the repulsion attraction principle. We are rotating the rotor in a by external means, so that there is a attraction takes place between stator and rotor. That is shown in the diagram C. The torque acting on the rotor will be again clockwise. So because externally we rotate the rotor, so that there is a attraction takes place between stator pole and rotor pole, so it will start rotating in clockwise. Hence a continuous unidirectional torque will be obtained. Now if the external means is removed, the rotor will continue to rotate in the clockwise direction under the influence of clockwise continuous torque acting on the rotor. Right. So after certain speed, the external is removed, so the rotor is keep on rotating in the clockwise direction with the unidirectional torque. Hence, a magnetic locking is produced between the rotor and stator poles. So the rotor will also rotate at the speed as that of rotating magnetic field of stator. So after some time there is a magnetic locking occurs. So the rotor also rotate as the rotating magnetic field of the stator. This rotating magnetic field, separate video available. So the rotor rotates at synchronous speed. N is equal to 120 F by P. So in this video we discuss the principle of operation of a synchronous motor. We know that stationary part stator available and rotating part rotor available. The important condition is both having the same number of pulses. Here we consider 2 poles. Right. In order to avoid the clockwise anti-clockwise direction rotation, we make some external arrangement so that this stator and rotor poles are always attract each other and rotate in clockwise direction to produce the unidirectional torque and having magnetic locking. And finally the rotor also rotate, and the stator rotating magnetic field, same speed it will rotate with the rotating magnetic field, that is 120 F by P. Subscribe the channel for more videos and notifications. Soft copy of this material available in the drive. The link is given in the description box. Thank you for listening. All the best for your examination.